Wow, Showtime is back with a monster schedule. They unveiled their latest offerings in the world of boxing, and they came with some heat. We're going to talk about that in this here video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. Now, I just did a live. I was on the live, and I went over this, but I want to make a separate video. I got the email from PBC, Showtime, all their social medias. They have unveiled a monstrous schedule of fights, and I want to go over some of those. If you like videos like this where we talk all things boxing, boxing news, updates, points of views, predictions, live streams, smash the like button. So you will see this email that I received. Showtime Premier Boxing Champs unveil a loaded 5-month boxing schedule featuring elite fighters and matchups. And the crazy thing is, this upcoming schedule, majority of these fights are title fights, right? Which is great for boxing fans. So they have different variations of the graphic, as you guys see. This is impressive stuff. And Showtime has delivered us from evil. You see, I'll probably enlarge this, but you see people like Floyd Mayweather, his fighter, Mayweather Promotions own Gervonta Tank Davis is the pay-per-view. It says Gervonta is returning to the ring June 26th, and he wore ready live on Showtime. He's actually fighting against Mario Barrios at 140 for the WBA Super Lightweight Championship belt. Is on the Super Lightweight belt is on the title. He's coming off of a crazy performance and knockout over another Mexican-American fighter, Leo Santa Cruz. You guys got to watch that. And let's talk about some of the fights, and then we'll talk about some of the individual particular matchups. So Showtime, they really nailed it. They said, mark your calendars. This is what we got for you. The first card on the upcoming schedule is Luis Nitty versus Brandon Figueroa. This is the WBC Super Bantamweight World Title, May 15th. Great fight. Brandon Figueroa, he was on, I believe, the Charlo's last card, and he looked good. Luis Nitty, he was trained by Canelo's trainer. I think they recently parted ways. That's a great fight. This next fight, May 29th, is the veteran Nonito Donaire, who gave Inoue, who gets a lot of praise, and people even put him on the pound-for-pound list. They have that fight with Nordine Oubaili, who beat Rashid Warren, Adrian Broner's buddy, an Olympian, etc. So this was scheduled on the last Showtime Upfront, and it didn't take place because I believe Donaire got sick. He had the Rona or tested positive or something like that. So it's now happening. Now this next fight is Jermell Charlo, June 19th, and he's going to be facing off against Juan Montiel. Montiel has been stopped before by Jaime Munguia, so a named person and former champion, but he's on a tear. He fought Hugo Centeno Jr. on the Charlo Harrison 2 rematch card. I was at that fight, and a lot of people thought Montiel won. But if you guys remember, more recently, he fought against James Kirkland, and I made a video about this, and he did Kirkland bad. You see from these pictures from the video. James Kirkland, who also fought Canelo and used to be trained by Ant Wolf. These are shots from the fight. This was on PBC. So now it looks like he's being rewarded. Look at these shots. He's being rewarded for coming off of that great performance where he stopped Kirkland impressively in the first round. And now they're rewarded. Look at his face was all bloody. You know what I mean? And now he's being rewarded with the title opportunity. And I'm about that. I think that's good. Jermell Charlo just fought Sergey Derevyanchenko and took a tough fight, and he came out impressive. I gave him every round except for 3 rounds, I think it was. Moving on, you have Gervonta Davis versus Mario Barrios. Wow. Pay-per-view, that's why it's in red. That's a great fight. Also on this card is Erickson Lubin versus Jason Rosario. Now, this is a testament to how good Jermell Charlo is on a side note, because at the end of the day, Jermell Charlo stopped Erickson Lubin in 1 round, and he recently, his last fight was Jason Rosario. and he stopped him. But Jason Rosario was looking real scary. As far as the main event, Gervonta Tank Davis, Mario Barrios. I actually know both fighters. Wish them both the best. June 26th. This is a good fight. Mario Barrios is coming off a stoppage. He fought on Tank's undercard, so I don't know if this was been the plan, but Tank's last fight with Leo Santa Cruz, he got a stoppage on the undercard against Ryan Cowboy Carl. So that should be a great fight, and it's a pay-per-view fight, and I'm definitely ordering that. Then you have Chris Lil B Hop Colbert versus Gamboa, Olympic gold medalist. This is going to be a good barometer fight. Chris Colbert looked excellent versus Arboleda and stopped him. Gamboa, he didn't really look so hot versus Devin Haney, but again, this is going to be kind of a barometer fight to see how Lil B Hop does with a puncher, you know, and a gold medalist like Gamboa. If he can stop him, then he can say like, oh, Devin Haney didn't get the stoppage, I got the stoppage, so that's good. Now, Jermell Charlo versus Brian Castano. Wow. Undisputed, July 17th. Keep running your mouth, keep running your mouth. Lions only, H-Town, yeah. Brian Castano, he just picked up a belt. He arguably beat Edislandi Lara. He fought Errol Spence in the amateurs. This is a fight that needs to happen for junior middleweight supremacy. All belts on the line. Now, the thing I like about this is if you listen and pay attention to boxing news, Eddie Hearn, he's all in the interviews talking about a proposed fight between Joshua and Fury for Undisputed, but it's a bunch of updates and headlines and videos and statements being made, right? But there's no date. He keeps saying the fight is approved, the fight is signed for, you know, Undisputed is coming. It's a massive fight and there's so much interest from around the world, the biggest fight in world boxing, but it doesn't seem like he can get it over the line. Meanwhile, you have Showtime stepping in as silent assassins. They said nothing and they just let their post and announcement do all the talking. That's the energy I'm on for boxing. That's how you're supposed to do it. So shout out to Showtime just for being the silent assassin. Steven Espinoza and Al Heyman and the PBC Showtime crew, they're assassins that just walk through the building with the briefcase, don't make a commotion, act normal. You know, they're not sweating, and they go up to the top of the roof and then they hit their target and then they pack up and leave. Versus Eddie Hearn is making all this noise and, you know, drawing attention to himself, saying, oh, I got undisputed, but then he has no details to give you. This is a great fight at 154. It's a meaningful fight. It's undisputed. It's in July, coincidentally, the same month, you know, or one of the same months that Eddie Hearn said he has the Joshua Fury in hopes the Joshua Fury happens, but he can't give you anything. Meanwhile, like I said, Showtime just completely handling business and not saying too much else, just going about their business and releasing this great calendar. Now, I'm really looking for this fight as well. That's Guillermo El Chical Rigondeaux versus John Riel Casemero. Casemero, he's been looking good. I think he was on the Charlo undercard, got a stoppage. He has power. Guillermo Rigondeaux, sharpshooter, August 14th. WBO bantamweight world title fight. The two have had an exchange of words for quite some time, like in the media. Casemero, he's a Filipino fighter. He works with Sean Gibbons, I believe, who works with Manny Pacquiao MP Promotions. And Rigondeaux, he's a legend. He's an Olympic gold medalist, two-time Olympic gold medalist. It's just a great fight. Great fight. Great contrast of styles. I'm really looking forward to that particular fight. Who else do we have? We're trying to get through this whole. David Benavidez. Again, punch variety out of this world. Offense out of this world. Just stopped Ronald Ellis viciously. He's fighting a former champion, Jose Uzcategi. Good thing about this fight is Uzcategi's been in there with Andre Durrell twice, right? So they both fought the Durrell brothers, or one of them. You know, Jose Uzcategi, he stopped Durrell in the rematch and became a champion. So he fought Andre Durrell, and then Andre Durrell's brother was stopped by David Benavidez. So there's that kind of interesting parallel. David Benavidez has been on a tear. The thing I like is if you look at the bottom, it says WBC Super Middleweight Title Eliminator. So that should mean that Canelo has to fight the winner of this fight. I'm predicting David Benavidez to win, and I'm predicting Canelo to win. So we'll see. I don't know if Canelo wants to fight David Benavidez, but there will at least be pressure for him to fight the winner of this fight. And to me, I think that's going to be David Benavidez. I can give you that early prediction. And then lastly, you have September 11th. Rest in peace to the fallen soldiers and the people who lost their life on 9/11. But you have Philly's own champion Stephen Coolboy Fulton facing the winner of Luis Nitty and Brandon Figueroa. So that's the first fight on this schedule. So I like how Showtime did that. They basically have the May 15th fight, and then that person, the winner, whoever wins that, will be the WBC Super Bantamweight champion, right? You got to follow this. And then by September, they're going to bring that winner back, and then they're going to fight in a unification. That's classy. I like that a lot. Great schedule by Showtime. You see it, a lot of electric excitement from this Showtime schedule announcement. I'm really happy. Showtime has delivered us from evil. There's Cool Boy right there. He said, can't be stopped. I will be unified, right? PBC, look at Bellator. Bellator is also on Showtime. People are asking who Charlo's fighting, but they don't. Look, someone's, oh, wow, people hating on it. That's crazy. So anyway, the haters gonna hate, but at the end of the day, this schedule is cracked. You can say whatever you want about it, but the schedule is cracked. For those who know, you know. Tank Davis, Mario Barrios, you know, I'm definitely getting that pay-per-view. Shout out to Showtime again. They just handling business. They're not saying much outside of just handling business and letting you know when the fights are happening. And I, as a boxing reporter, a boxing fan, I appreciate that. You know, they just coming in for the kill. This definitely Showtime schedule, and we haven't even got the Fox portion of it. You know, Errol Spence on his post, because he's been fighting on Fox, he says Fox needs to unveil their schedule too. Look, so Errol Spence, he want to get his fight out there. He's probably going to fight Ugas, and that's another Derek James unification. It's a good time, and PBC is really breathing new life into boxing right now, because I'll be honest, recently it's been dry. It's been very quiet, and there wasn't a lot to be excited for. A lot of clout chasing, like Joshua Fury, with no real announcements, just a bunch of pending announcements. They keep pushing it back. But PBC, Showtime with this unveiling, and then Fox, when they come out, most likely it's breathing new life into boxing, which was looking like flat. It was looking flatline for a minute. And Showtime started the resuscitation process, the CPR, because I'm actually excited, and you see true boxing fans excited for this schedule. Let me know what you guys think of this schedule. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. I'm actually happy with it. Now there's some good fights to talk about. I don't really have a favorite, but I'm looking forward to a lot of them, like the Tank Barrios fight. Donaire is always fun. Jermell Charlo unification. I even like the Mall Charlo versus the Montiel dude, who's coming off a great win. David Benavidez, fun to watch. So shout out to Showtime. They did their thing. Make sure you order Showtime. You know what I mean? Because I need more of this and less talking and more action. This is the type of stuff I'm on. But I'll be giving you guys more updates on these fights when they start filling out the undercards and letting you know the location. Tank will probably fight in Atlanta. If I had to take a guess, maybe Texas. Hopefully they can get Jerron Boots in his back on one of these cards. I don't know if that's realistic, but at the end of the day, they got a monster schedule. So let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Also, use my link in the description to get TUBEBUDDY. TUBEBUDDY is a browser extension to help you take your YouTube and your channel to the next level by optimizing your content. I use TUBEBUDDY every single day that I'm uploading for videos like this. Definitely consider TUBEBUDDY. It's a resource. You won't be ashamed once you get that and start playing around with it. If you're serious, it takes money to make money. Invest in yourself. As I always say, if you want to be an entrepreneur. Shout out to Showtime, Steven Espinoza. Thank you, Al Heyman. Great schedule. I'll be covering this extensively on the channel. You dig. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TUBEBUDDY. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.